Hello, Geminis. I hope everyone has been well. I know I've been absent for a little while. I've made some changes. I've decided to do monthlies instead of weeklies. And, excuse me. Welcome to my platform. I'm so sorry. And for those that are new to my platform, a big welcome to you. Um, I use my higher self to channel with the divine. That's how I read cards. Um, Trying to get the lighting better. I use the cards as a tool. Okay, so um, with that being said, so I'm gonna do monthlies now instead of weeklies, and I can be followed on Facebook and Twitter at Spiritual Divine 22. The name of the page on Facebook is called Divine Spiritual Energy Readings. And I can also be followed on Instagram at Divine Spiritual 22. I do personal readings as well. If you like information about that or how to get a hold of me for personal reading, you could do that at spiritualdivine22 at gmail.com. I think that's about it. So this is for Geminis, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And also if you have Gemini and Uranus, Neptune, and Chiron. So before I get into the energy that I got, I'm going to show you. I have four cards I'll read at the end. Um, so the one of the cards I'll read is your this is like your weekly just like your weekly oracle card. Okay. It can speak to you in different ways. I'll read that at the end. This is your, I'm sorry, I said weekly, I'm sorry, monthly. And this is your monthly affirmation card. It says yin and yang, creating harmony through balance. And I'm going to read more about what this card is about at the end. Also, what your angels want you to know or what your angels want you to work on. This one says notice the signs. So I'll read that at the end. And lastly, what divine energy wants you to know. What the divine energy is trying to maybe tell you or to work on something or just, whatever it is they want you to know. And it's titled Tune Out Distractions. And we're going to read about what that means at the end of the reading as well. Okay, so when I got into your energy, I see that some of you have children that maybe if you have more than multiple children, I feel that one or two of them are very, very successful at this moment in time. They're being very successful in what it is that they're doing. I'm getting a sport is what I'm getting. Um, I also see that some of you are out um, socially and you're having fun. You're just kicking it, just doing you, relaxing, letting your hair down, so on and so forth. I see that some of you are growing with the divine, which is awesome. I also see that some of you are or looking at buying a new home, or you have purchased a new home. I see a new home here. I'm also getting that some of you will get an offer of money, but the the circumstances that you get the money under is going to be like ridiculous, like when they tell you the conditions of having the money or getting the money, you're going to be like, say that again, like repeat yourself because I ain't hear you right the first time type thing. I also see that some of you are in your finances, you have a loan that you have not paid yet. Um, for some of you, I see otherwise I did see some stable finances. I did see some people laying down strict, like firm foundations for yourselves for the future, which is awesome. I see that some of you will be offered permanent work. And I also seen that some of you were going through or are going through some type of phase with something or someone that makes you feel like you're being tested. I see that phase is coming to an end. Okay. So now we're going to get into your reading a little deeper. And I do use the Celtic cross. So I'm going to lay the cross down and then we're going to go back and I'm going to use another deck and confirm the cards that are down on the table. So this is again for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also, if you have Gemini and Uranus, Neptune, and Chiron, like little stacks is falling out this deck. Okay, work with me, please. Come on, come on. Well, little stacks keep coming out, so I'm just going to line them up accordingly. There's nothing I can do about that. All right, I need two more cards. Two more cards for Gemini, October 2019. Just two more cards. Any more than two, that's okay. I'm recording. Okay, so here we go. Presently, I see that some of you are going into a mode where you're going to do like some analyzing. You're going to do like some inner spiritual work, and you're going to have a lot of downtime, or I should say alone time. You're going to have a lot of alone time. For some of you, I see that you are definitely heading in a new direction. You've made your choices. You kind of, like I said in the beginning, you're kind of like laying down your foundations, okay? And you're doing it like this is it, setting your boundaries, like that's what it is. Okay, so maybe within the past couple of years, I see that some of you have been in um, committed relationships. Okay. Now, for some of you, maybe within the past couple of weeks or the past couple of months, um, you've been financially blessed and you're like real happy in your family home. You feel like you're content. You feel like the sky's the limit because you have everything you need surrounding you. Now, for some of you, I see that you are like a leader People like to take your advice. People like to take heed to your word. They come to you for advice. They trust you. And that's kind of what made you the person that you are now. For some of you, I see that you have let go of your doubts and concerns, which is good. I see that some of you are around, or this could be you, Gemini, right? Or someone around you, but they're heavily into, like, they have a heavy addiction. It could be sex, it could be some type of addiction, but I'm seeing that it's like drinking, more than anything else. I mean, it could be recreational as well, but I'm getting a lot of drinking here. I see that some of you Geminis feel like you're around um, people who are not reliable, especially when it comes to money. It's like, if you ask them if you could borrow something, even if it's not money, but if you ask them if you could borrow something, you feel like you can't. You feel like you're in an environment where you can't depend on anyone. I see that some of you have a fear of, hmm, you have a fear of healing yourself. And I'm going to find out why. And lastly, for some of you, I see that you are, hmm, you're afraid of like personal relationships, personal commitments. Okay, so now let me go ahead and shuffle this other deck and confirm what it is that's on this table. So the first card I'm going to confirm here is the Hermit. It is upright. And we're going to find out why the Hermit is here. So the Hermit is the person that puts you in that hermit mode, your alone time. Makes you think about things, maybe other outcomes, how things should go. And you're going to tune more into the divine when you go into this alone time and when you go into this hermit mode. So we want to see what that's all about. See why the Hermit is here. I'm telling y'all, Geminis, I don't know what's wrong with y'all today, but y'all not popping off the way y'all supposed to, okay? I don't appreciate this. Okay, I'll take that. You know what, y'all Geminis? I'm done. Okay, so I'm seeing that some of you are taking some alone time to because you finally seen the truth to a situation. It's kind of hard to deal with it. Um, Things are not as you thought that they should be. Hmm. Some of you doing it because, yeah, you feel like you have very limited opportunities, so you're going to take the time out to think about that too. Some of you are doing it for work as well. Is could also be a financial something, um, something that you expected that didn't work out the way you thought it would. So between money and like maybe a creative project, it flopped. But those are the reasons why I see that some of you are going to go into the hermit mode. And I'm also showing it can either be yourself, a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So the block for some of you is you feel you don't feel like your finances are right. You're keeping your enemies close. Sometimes I know they say it's good to keep your enemies close, but that's always not the case. That is a block. Understand that. Keeping that energy around you is not healthy. Do not keep your enemies close. I see some of you are taking too much pride in your accomplishments. That's a block as well. Be humble, be grateful, okay, for what it is that you have been able to produce or do or whatever it is you're being be egoish about. And some of you are not being respectful. That's also a block because you want to be treated the same way people treat you. Plain and simple. That's what it is. So now I'm going to clarify the next position, which is something that happened to you. Um, I said that some of you in the past couple of years are like deeply in love. Excuse me. And you're still in love. You still feel like you're floating. Um, this is awesome. You don't feel like there's any lacks. You don't feel any pressure. Nothing's overwhelming. This is awesome. Okay, that's good. That is real good. That is real good. And that could be pertaining to yourself, Gemini, or a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Now, within the past couple of weeks or the past few months, I said that some of you are feeling very positive in a home, finances, like you feel like you have the world. And along with that is yes, you're full of energy. This is awesome. I like this. This is a good reading so far. So yeah, you're feeling that way. Women, you're feeling sexy and seductive in the situation as well. Um, Everything is cool. Everything's wavy. Everything's gravy. Like this is awesome. Um, some of you also are starting new projects. So this is good. This is really good. I'm happy for you. Very happy. So some of you, I said, are feeling fears within the past couple of weeks or maybe the past couple of months. And we're going to see what that fear is. What are you afraid of? What does this have to do with? What do you are scared of? Why are you afraid? We're going to find out why. Y'all, of course. Tell y'all something. Okay, listen. You need y'all cards, y'all energy. Let's get it together. So, Gemini, October 2019. Yep, right there. So some of you are afraid of life changes. Some of you are avoiding decisions and commitments. You're scared of them. And as you're being afraid of this, of the situations I just said, you don't even, it's kind of like you don't realize that you're being afraid makes you miss important opportunities from the divine, from God that He's trying to bless you with. So when you have fears of anything of that matter, my advice would be to give it to God because a fear, and I've always used to be told this because I used to have these issues too, but a fear is just a state of mind. Easily said, definitely easily said, but it's definitely true. I could testify to that all day. Oh, now y'all want to fall out, right? So, for your maybe within a couple of weeks, the next couple of months, I said, you guys are where you are now because people come up to you for advice. They seek your advice. They trust your advice. So that's being confirmed, saying that yes, you do help people with their fears. That's awesome. Um, you do give wise advice also when it comes to like confidentiality. For some people, you confirm things. Um, yeah, you're just really really wise when it comes to advice, and the people come to you a lot for advice. That's awesome. So your ideas are like when these people come to you, your ideas are really good, especially when it comes to like a leadership role. Now, for the near future, for some of you, I said, and in the near future, I mean like within the next couple of weeks, a couple of months. Um, what has brought you to either this person is in your life now or this person is coming. So I said this person is um, they're addicted to something. So maybe sex, maybe alcohol, maybe street drugs. And I said this is pertaining to Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Whatever the situation may be, when this person comes, or if this person, whenever this person does come, or if this person is already there, I'm showing you want to be able to have the strength to go through that situation and to close that door. That's not healthy, so I'm very glad to see that. I'm very glad to see that. So if you're not sure what can be done about it, um, first of all, you have to admit to yourself that you're with this such a type of person. And then after you admit to yourself that you're with this person and this person is not healthy for you, or you're healthy for your kids, or whatever the situation may be for you, then you'll move on and say, well, um, you've accepted it, recognize it, and as they would say, after that, you can start making decisions and definitely pray, keep praying that God helps you out through the situation and gives you the strength. Because I'm showing that some of you are just like kind of like scared of letting go. I don't know why you would be scared to let go, because you don't deserve that. Okay? All right. Also, for fear, I said that there were some of you who are fearing like your emotions. And this is pertaining to a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces as well. It's due to a relationship, a personal relationship. You feel like they're your soulmate, or you felt like they were your soulmate. This person is very emotional, or you are emotional, very emotional. Um, so yeah, you have a fear of it. You have a fear of everybody accepts good love, though. Maybe you're afraid of it for a reason. I could come back to that. I think I will. And some of you, I said presently, excuse me, are divinely within yourselves. So I'm showing that this is due to your outgoing personality. Again, this is referring to another Libra. Now, I'm sorry, this could be referring to a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, yourself. You came into your own reading. So you have a caring personality. You're emotionally balanced to the situation. And yeah, this is awesome. Um, when it comes to making business choices, you make wise business decisions. And you're also currently with a person that is trustworthy. Or this could also be pertaining to a Libra or Aquarius as well. So for the person that is afraid when it comes to a relationship, you're afraid of your emotions. Why you're afraid for? Why you're afraid for? Because your heart's been broken. Mm. You're afraid because your heart's been broken. And this is you, Gemini, definitely, or Libra or Aquarius as well. Mm. Okay, so what you have here overall for the month of October, Geminis, is that some of you will keep that fear of your emotions because of your heart's been broken. And throughout the month of October, some of you felt overwhelmed, especially when it came to personal problems, personal issues. You felt some type of restriction. There were some things in front of you that you were not seeing clearly. You felt trapped. You felt like there was like no way out. Um, you need to own your fear, like I spoke on earlier, um, because you're not prioritized. Okay, this is not going to make you keep you prioritized. And the solutions that you think that you have do not exist. Um, they're fabricated solutions you have. So we're going to keep this hermit card here upright, and we're just going to cancel out all of this energy. And this is what needs to be done. Okay, this is like what needs to be done. This was the first card pulled, and I feel this is what needs to be done so that you don't feel trapped, so you don't feel like this. This is what needs to be done. You need to go into the hermit mode. Okay. All right. So now we're going to move these out the way a little bit and go into your other cards I have for you. So what the angels want you to know, notice the signs. Yes, the signs you've been receiving or having sent. We drop feathers, coins, and other signs upon your path to remind you that you're loved and never alone. Awesome card. I like it. I like it. I like it. Let me do something real quick. Excuse me. All right. I hope that made it a little bit better. Okay. Next for your affirmation card, it is yin and yang, creating harmony through balance. So I'm going to read to you your affirmation. So your affirmation is, okay, I'm sorry, but your affirmation is, I love and accept all that I am. There is nothing to change. There is only love. Every aspect of me serves both me and others in some way. I can create health, wealth, and harmony by loving what is. All I accept and love transforms to greater transforms to ever greater love. Ashe. And so it is. It's a beautiful chord. So next is what divine energy wants to communicate with you or something that you should work on. And it says tune out distractions. And I'm going to read that card right now. You would think some of these books would be in alphabetical order, but they're not. Okay. I just found it though. Okay. So what divine wants you to know, or what divine energy wants you to work on, is trying to tell you. It says, divine energy is calling you to tune others out and tune inward instead. Get quiet and listen to your deepest wisdom. Your inner guidance can lead you to what is best for you. So all other voices must go. And the divine would like to invite you to block out the din of the external world so that you can listen to still voice within. It can be heard, but it won't compete with the world for your attention. You must choose to tune inward through quiet time and meditation and refuse to allow your life to be run by others. Be selective in what and who you listen to, giving a priority to what your heart says. Only then will you find the answers that you're seeking. Informative. And for your monthly oracle, we have full moon completion. And I'm going to hold that card up as soon as I find the page. Find the page. Find the page. Okay. So, full moon completion. You can now take pleasure in knowing that whatever you have been working toward has now reached its culmination. It may have been a relatively brief cycle or a much more extensive one. Yet, regardless of the length of time, you have arrived at the stage of completion. Let yourself feel the contentment and satisfaction of this accomplishment. It is like when you take a deep breath and reach the point where your lungs are pleasantly full and your body is ready to release that breath. It is important to not only enjoy this completion, but also to let go and allow yourself to relax afterward, just like exhaling slowly and consciously. People are much too eager to rush to the next item on the agenda without giving proper time and space to appreciate and honor the natural cycle of release that follows a point of resolution. Give yourself that time to relax, hermit mode, and rest before tackling spirit's next assignment. Okay? So I hope everyone enjoyed your reading and your affirmations and oracle cards and all of everything I just did. Um, please, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell and like. And if you don't like it, you can dislike it. I need feedback, please. And also, I have comments up here now. And once I end the video, this is happening. The comments go away. I don't know where they go. Okay. But they're going somewhere. So somebody can like inbox me, email, I don't know. Uh Let me know why my comments are gone. I don't understand. Makes me feel a little slow, just a little bit. I'm not saying I'm slow. I'm just saying it makes me just a little bit. Okay. Anyway, um, until next month, I'll be seeing you guys. Divine love, light, peace, and energy. Mwah.